Protect your DNA. BioPQQ can promote formation of new mitochondria. Infowarsstore.com.
Joining me in studio now is Dave Krieger. He is the author of Clouded Titles, a really wonderful book that we sell in the Infowars bookstore. It's pretty much gone viral. And this is an advocacy book for homeowners to really help them get out from under all of this mortgage fraud, banking scandal that's been going on after that, the foreclosure crisis really of 2008. Talk to me a little bit about Clouded Titles. We've got this updated edition as well as, you know, this book really made you public enemy #1.
I think it pretty much did, Leanne. We had, you know, all sorts of concerns for homeowners. You know, when I did this was going to be my legacy. You know, my past basically has allowed me, because of the fact I've been involved in a foreclosure myself, and actually, you know, walked away from a house and did what they call a strategic default. This is what actually led me to start investigating all of the things after being forced out by Washington Mutual out of my house in San Antonio, a very nice place. And, you know, I just thought, man, there's something weird going on here. And I had no idea who Mortgage Electronic Registration Systems was at the time. And I soon found out by 2007, I virtually had 2 file cabinets full of data. And I just didn't know what to do until 2008. I broke my foot and I decided at that point in time I was going to write the book and this was going to be my life's work. I literally, in the process, developed a procedure called a chain of title assessment. And this is where we go in and analyze a homeowner's chain of title. And we use this for case development with attorneys who are fighting the foreclosures, doing quiet title actions and the like. And so this was all condensed into a book that originally started out as 254 pages that ended up as 432 pages of what you have right there. And so this thing has been widely read by attorneys. It's been recommended by bankruptcy trustees for the U.S. Bankruptcy Court and to homeowners to read, because they need to get a handle on what's going on here, because the foreclosure crisis is still ongoing.
Right.
There's a wave of home equity lines of credit that are getting ready to reset themselves across the country, and foreclosures are going to start up again. In Florida, where we had just completed a forensic examination of the land records in Osceola County, the rocket docket system ended July 1st, so there's no more senior judges. They literally, the state ran out of money.
Wow.
And so they can't do these 2-minute foreclosure hearings anymore. You know, those things are by the wayside, and now I have clients calling me, telling me we can't get a hearing until October. So I mean, literally the entire system in Florida, again, which is one of the sand states, Florida, Arizona, Nevada, California, the sand states all were the ones to be affected first, and those are the ones that we're starting to see case law as the pendulum starts to swing back in favor of the homeowners. The 4th District Court of Appeals in Miami-Dade, Florida, has been issuing ruling after ruling in favor of homeowners against the banks.
Wow.
And all they have to do is get to appeal. Leanne, I've said this on previous shows with Alex and others on your staff, that basically as long as people are willing to take this thing to the limit and appeal their case, they have a better chance of winning. Well, in the process of all this, we started auditing county land records. And so, as you know, we did Williamson County here in Texas, and we were basically, all this information became viral. People researched it. I ran into some people in Florida that read this report. They, in turn, came in contact with a newly elected circuit clerk named Armando Ramirez. This man is 80 years old. He's an ex-detective for the New York DA's office. And he was elected in a landslide, and he decided, after looking at my report and looking at the Clouded Titles book and reading the Williamson County report, he decided he was going to retain us and do a forensic examination. Now, that's a difference in the audit, because audit basically uses statistical data. This particular 2-volume set, as you see right here, which obviously I cannot release this to the media. I've been told and have an agreement with the clerk that I will not, I can't open this book on your show. Obviously, I can talk about the fact of the patterns that we found, and we're seeing a lot of these foreclosure mills in Florida that were taking people's homes, actually involved in the manufacture of the documents. The law firms themselves were making these documents up and having people sign them. We had one attorney who the Osceola County Sheriff's Department, who has been investigating this, I've given them her name. They have yet to call her. There are 33 cases in volume 2 of this alone where one law firm in of itself instructed this attorney to alter sworn declarations by the banks and file them in the court without re-verifying them. Now, she said, I'm sorry, I can't do that. They fired her from her job. She filed a whistleblower lawsuit in Palm Beach County. She got a default against them. This law firm then filed bankruptcy. The checks were bouncing all over the place. They couldn't pay their bills. This does not preclude them from criminal charges. So the state's attorney, Jeff Ashton, in the Ninth Circuit of Florida, which is Orlando, Orange and Osceola County, directed the Osceola County Sheriff's Department to investigate this. We had a meeting with the sheriffs. It got ugly. They were all of a sudden out to get us. That's what this whole thing started to evolve into. Now we're the target.
Right.
We are the target.
Yeah.
And so I'm just like, well, this doesn't make any sense. We've spent 5.5 months compiling data based on another 5 months worth of research and writing the report. And now what you're telling us, after we gave you 17 cases of evidence, you can't find one single criminal count in all of this data? Yeah. Seriously. Congressman Alan Grayson, who's running for senator in Florida, supports this examination. He has a copy of it. He's read it. And of course, like I said, I'm under a duty right now to the clerk not to release this report. But we literally have come under attack from a recent article in the Orlando Sentinel. We have a tabloid trash reporter out there that obviously from times past had it in for this county clerk. He wants to get this clerk. It became very apparent to us, and we were all basically of the opinion that nobody should deal with this guy. And so he basically wrote his own smear campaign in the clerk, trying to assassinate the character of the clerk. And we just basically said, look, what we feel is in this report is legitimate, it's valid. The congressman who is now running for senator supports this. And I think that, that's important to recognize that, people need to get involved in this thing, and they need to start screaming like bloody murder, because we're not the only ones under attack here. Right. The people of Osceola County, Florida, and all over the United States are under attack from the same manufacturing of these documents. The AG settlement.
We all had to bail out the banks because of this.
Sure you did. And the AG settlement in 2012, we gave them 90 days grace period. We figured, man, the servicers, they've got to stop this. And so as of June 1, 2012 to June 1, 2014, we started the research. Everything that the servicers agreed not to do in February of 12 is still going on today. Right. And we have evidence of it here. It's criminal. It's RICO. MERS is involved. MERS Corp is involved. All of its members are involved. The major banks are involved. The major servicers are involved. And yet Osceola County is doing nothing.
Right. And then here you kind of have some local agencies and even a journalist who's supposed to be out there reporting on stories that are for the public good, actually kind of coming after you in a personal attack to cover up things that are affecting the public there at large. And I mean, this is just one county in Florida.
Exactly. And I mean,
so surprising.
You're right. It is. I mean, it's not surprising given the nature of the fact that a lot of these, they're pro-bank.
Yeah.
You can understand that the government is in bed with the banks. And obviously, not everybody in government, like Congressman Grayson, believes that what these people are doing is proper.
Yeah.
He sees this report. He's read it. He said the fees that we charged, the $34,500 that we charged Osceola County to do this, was eminently reasonable. And we were operating under threshold limits. And so, we did everything by the book. And we had an attorney there supervising. And on the back of section 2 of the book, there's a 4-page opinion letter from another foreclosure defense attorney who practices in the courts in Osceola County. And so this validated, in fact, she found more stuff than what we found.
Right.
And so she validated our report.
Right.
And so, like I said, this is the thing that, the people of Osceola County, as well as the people in the state of Florida and across the country, need to get behind this, and they need to start calling their county boards of supervisors and start complaining that they want a forensic examination or audit done in their land records, because this needs to come out. And we actually have a plan in some states where we can actually help the county finance this.
Yeah, and that's absolutely true. I mean, we need to fight back. This is an opportunity for homeowners and for citizens to be able to fight back against the corruption that's going on by the banks. Senator Grayson, or Congressman, I
like to call him Senator Grayson. That's fitting. He's a great guy.
He is. The wishful thinking. He's spoken out about the TPP and other sorts of corruption. He's a good guy. Like, he sees this stuff and he says we need to do something about this and support this type of activity. You've got evidence, proof here, and the cover-up's got to stop. So tell people where they can go to get more information on this, as well as to Clouded Title, the book as well.
Sure. Well, you know, you can get Clouded Titles at your InfoWarsStore.com, but you also can get it at CloudedTitles.com. What I really want to inform your listeners about, Leanne, is that we have a blog site. It's called CloudedTitlesBlog.com. It's absolutely free to sign up. And we basically are going to give you the latest information and news as to where to go, what to do, who to talk to. But, you know, literally, you can go to the CloudedTitles.com website and email us directly through there if you have an issue that you'd like us to look at. And as I say, you know, we're taking things on a first come, first served basis.
Wow. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you, Leanne.
This is an American president. Just add puppet, then vote and repeat every 4 years.
In the past decade, we have witnessed unparalleled scientific discoveries in the area of health. But no one has put together a formula that focuses directly on brain health, nerve growth factors, and optimizing your cellular energy at the same time. DNA Force is one of the most expensive formulas to produce. Some of the ingredients in DNA Force are $12,000 a kilogram. We are using the coveted, patented, only American source of PQQ, CoQ10, and more. You want the best that's out there at the lowest price anywhere? Well, we're bringing you a total win-win. The ultimate value, cutting-edge, trailblazing game changer that also supports the InfoWar. We have produced a limited run of DNA Force, and it will take up to 12 weeks to produce more once we sell out. Secure your DNA Force today at InfoWarsLife.com or call toll-free 888-253-3139. DNA Force from InfoWars Life.